And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. But though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Lesson 2 of living in a city, maybe, I don't know. Buy eggs separately. Lovely. Got a yolk-covered milk. Appetizing. I got a bowl. Tried to get a Masudis card. Didn't have my phone on me. Just a bunch of coffee. Thessaloniki covered in yolk. The bread is unharmed. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Sausages. My receipt. Baking soda. Cinnamon covered in yolk. And rice. Also covered in yolk. Currently cooking dinner. It's Thursday, so I had Greek class today. And then went for coffee afterwards, and I don't know how loud the food is that I'm cooking, but got some sauce going in the pot, tomatoes, cabbage, stuff like that. Today was really fun because I ended up speaking a good amount of 3 languages today. Usually I just speak Greek and English over the course of the day, but today I also got to speak German for a bit. I got to speak some German today because I have a German friend who had a friend visiting her, so there was like 3 of us speaking German for a bit, and then others joined, so we switched to English, and before that we were in Greek class, so it felt very natural to kind of go between languages, like switch German to English to Greek to English to like move around, which is really, really cool. So that was kind of a highlight of the day, and I wanted to remember it. What else? I finally have herbs. I have oregano and stuff. So I can make food that tastes a little more interesting. I made a really good Greek salad yesterday. And now I'm just hanging out in my kitchen making food. But I've realized I haven't been filming that much, so I thought I would give a little update on how like classes are going and stuff like that. So my Greek language class, which is Vita Vio, it's B2 level. Definitely felt a lot more difficult at first and is getting easier over time. Definitely need to work on my vocabulary, but everything else, like, I feel like I'm at a good point with my grammar, a good point with my like pronunciation and stuff. I need to work on my listening comprehension a bit more, but we did an exercise today actually that was in the format of the B2 exam, which I'm taking at the end of this semester. And all this stuff we've been doing, prepping for the exam, I've been pretty steadily getting like 70% of the answers correct. So I feel like that's a good place to be at the start of, like, we're only in our 3rd week of classes, I think. So like, not a bad place to be. English classes. Taking methodology of learning foreign languages and early foreign language education, or early foreign language learning and teaching. And the methodology one is great because I'm learning basically the vocabulary to talk about how we look at languages and how we look at language learning. And you can kind of identify, especially if you're like me and you've taken a million different language classes of a million different languages, you can kind of identify different teachers' approaches to the concept of language as well as their approaches and theories surrounding language learning. Whether that's like more sort of in a sociocultural context, or if they're more focused on grammar and like translate the grammar translation method, or if they're focused more on conversational skills, or more like there's a lot of different paths you can take as a language teacher. And so as a learner, it's really interesting to kind of get a peek behind the curtain and yeah, see what's going on behind the scenes and apply it to all the language classes that I'm taking. My early foreign language learning and teaching class, also very interesting. It's more, I guess, about cognitive research behind language learning and how children learn languages. Not in the sense of how children learn their first language, but how children learn a non-native language in school or something. Very interesting stuff, very applicable stuff to like some stuff that I'd love to do in the future if I go into teaching, or if I have kids one day and I want to teach them languages that I speak. But overall it's just interesting as someone who loves languages to learn about how we learn languages. I might make a video kind of summarizing the stuff that I learned in these classes because I find it super interesting, so maybe other people will. Oh, and then I have my online Korean class, so that's actually going on later today. So, yeah.